How to Think in English, Alex's Journey to Fluency. The story of Alex, an English learner, illustrates how these techniques can transform language skills. Alex's journey shows that with dedication, anyone can learn to think in English, opening doors to new opportunities like better job prospects or cultural connections. Let's today's motivational journey, How to Think in English. Chapter 1, The Struggle. Alex was a 20-year-old student living in a small town where English was rarely spoken. He loved watching English movies and dreamed of traveling to an English-speaking country one day. But whenever he tried to speak English, his mind froze. He would think of a sentence in his native language, translate it word by word, and then stumble over the words. It was slow, frustrating, and made him feel shy. One day, Alex was at a school event where he had to introduce himself in English. He prepared a short speech, but when he stood up, his mind went blank. He started translating in his head, and the words came out jumbled. "My name is Alex, and I like to study." The audience smiled politely, but Alex felt embarrassed. He knew he needed to improve. Chapter 2, A Spark of Inspiration. That evening, Alex was scrolling through YouTube, feeling discouraged. He stumbled upon a video titled, How to Think in English, No More Translating in Your Head. Improve Your English. The thumbnail showed a confident speaker, and the description promised easy steps to boost fluency. Curious, Alex clicked play. The video explained that translating in your head is a common problem for language learners. It slows down speech and makes conversations feel unnatural. The key, the video said, was to train your brain to think in English. The host shared simple exercises, like naming objects in English and describing daily activities. Alex took notes, feeling a spark of hope. Maybe I can do this, he thought. Chapter 3, First Steps. The next morning, Alex decided to try the first exercise, naming objects in English. He sat in his room and looked around. "This is a bed," he said aloud. "That's a chair, there's a desk, that's a window." At first, it felt awkward, and he had to pause to remember some words. But he kept going, naming everything he could see. Over the next few days, Alex made it a habit. While walking to school, he named things he passed: tree, car, street, dog. He even started naming actions. I am walking. I am carrying my bag. It was challenging, but he noticed that the words came to mind a little faster each day. Chapter 4, Building Confidence. Inspired by the video, Alex decided to immerse himself in English. He changed his phone and computer settings to English, so every notification and menu was in his target language. He started watching his favorite TV show, a comedy series with English subtitles. At first, he relied on the subtitles heavily, but he tried to focus on the spoken words. Alex also began listening to English podcasts during his bus rides to school. One podcast about travel stories was particularly fun. He would repeat phrases he heard, like, "What an amazing adventure," or "I can't wait to explore." This helped him get used to English sounds and rhythms. One evening, Alex tried another exercise from the video, thinking in complete sentences. As he prepared dinner, he thought, "I am cutting vegetables. The knife is sharp. The soup smells good." It felt strange to narrate his actions, but it made him smile. He was starting to think in English without translating. Chapter 5, Facing Challenges. Despite his progress, Alex faced setbacks. One day, he had to give a presentation in his English class. He prepared carefully, but when he stood in front of his classmates, he got nervous. His mind reverted to his native language, and he struggled to find the right English words. "I want to talk about, my project is," he stammered. He felt disappointed afterward. That evening, Alex talked to his English teacher, Ms. Lopez, about his struggle. She smiled and said, "It's normal to feel stuck sometimes. Try to simplify your sentences when you speak. It's better to say something clear and simple than to get stuck on a complex idea." She also suggested joining an online language exchange program to practice speaking with native English speakers. Chapter 6, New Strategies. Taking Ms. Lopez's advice, Alex joined a language exchange website. He connected with Sarah, a native English speaker from Canada who was learning Alex's native language. They started video calls twice a week, practicing both languages. At first, Alex was nervous, but Sarah was patient and encouraging. They talked about simple topics like food, hobbies, and movies. Alex also started keeping a journal in English. Every night before bed, he wrote about his day. Today, I went to school. I studied math and English. I talked to Sarah online. She likes pizza. Writing helped him organize his thoughts in English and made him feel more confident. To deepen his immersion, Alex began reading short English articles online. He used an English-to-English dictionary to look up new words, which helped him understand meanings without translating. For example, when he didn't know the word curious, he learned it meant wanting to know more and practiced using it in sentences. Chapter 7: A Breakthrough. Months passed and Alex's hard work paid off. One day, while walking home, he realized he was thinking in English without effort. "It's a sunny day. I should go for a walk later," he thought, and it felt natural. He smiled, amazed at his progress. The real test came when Alex had to give a speech at a school event. This time, he was determined to succeed. He practiced his speech in English, focusing on simple, clear sentences. He also visualized himself speaking confidently, using a technique from the YouTube video. On the day of the event, Alex stood in front of the audience. His heart raced, but he took a deep breath and began. "Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Alex, and today I want to talk about my dream to travel the world." The words flowed smoothly, and he didn't need to translate. The audience clapped loudly, and Alex felt a surge of pride. Chapter 8: Sharing the Journey. After his speech, Alex's classmates asked how he improved his English so much. He shared the tips he learned: naming objects, thinking in sentences, immersing himself in English media, and practicing with native speakers. He even started a small English club at school, where students practiced thinking and speaking in English together. Alex continued to improve, dreaming in English some nights and feeling more connected to the language. He began reading English books, like adventure novels, and found that he could understand them without translating. His confidence grew, and he started applying for scholarships to study abroad, knowing that his English skills would help him succeed. Chapter 9: A Bright Future. Alex's journey showed him that thinking in English was more than just a language skill. It was a way to connect with new people, cultures, and opportunities. He felt proud of his progress and motivated to keep learning. He knew that setbacks were part of the process, but with persistence, he could achieve his dreams. For anyone reading this story, Alex's experience is a reminder that you can learn to think in English too. Start small, practice every day, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. With time and effort, you'll find yourself thinking in English naturally, and your fluency will soar.